I'm here to talk about The Walking Dead, Season 3, Episode 3, called Walk With Me. Spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen the episode, don't watch the video. Watch the video, come back, do that. So we saw the introduction of the Governor, finally, a very big comic character who's finally made it to the TV series, played by David Morrissey, who looks and sounds a lot like Liam Neeson. But yeah, and we were introduced to the town of Woodbury, which was a big thing in the comics, and yeah. So yeah, we'll start out with the general storyline. Is Michonne and Andrea come across the helicopter crash, which the Governor's men also do, and yeah, Michonne and Andrea watch as the Governor and his men, go around and rescue the survivor of the helicopter crash. And the pair stay hidden, but they're eventually found by none other than Mr. Michael Rooker himself, who returns as Merle Dixon, which fans have been waiting for a long time, and he's finally back, so that's good to see. And yeah, Merle eventually takes them to Woodbury, alongside the Governor, and basically the Governor shows them Woodbury, which is a town, I think 73 people, I think he said, were in it, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty large community when you think about it, like compared to like Rick's group, who has what, 8, 9, 10 people in it. So it is a pretty big community. They've got it walled off and everything. Yeah. And Andrea seems to like Woodbury. She thinks it's a safe haven. That Michonne's a bit more not trusting of the Governor for reasons unknown, because he hasn't really done anything to be untrustworthy yet. And the Governor also tells Andrea and Michonne that you no longer need to be bitten or scratched by a walker to become infected. Everyone's infected. They finally learn that. And yeah. Onto the Governor. I am so excited that he's finally in the show here in the 3rd episode. I think David Morrissey has absolutely nailed him. He just looks great. He doesn't look quite as villainous and devious as he was in the comic books, not yet anyway, but David Morrissey did say that he's sort of playing the Governor a bit earlier into in his story, really. He's not completely psycho yet, or not showing it, at least. You'll see that he's very untrustworthy, but in that he eliminated the National Guard group of soldiers that the surviving pilot told him about. And a lot of people were going, why would he do that? Why wouldn't he just bring them back and integrate them into the community, give them a better fighting power? Well, the Governor, you can see straight away, he's a bit of a control freak. He likes to be in control. If he brought in these 8, 9, 10 soldiers back, who do you think's going to want to lead the community? The trained soldiers with military experience, or the Governor? The Governor wants to stay in control, so he eliminated them. They were a potential threat, and so he got rid of them. Yeah. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the character Milton, who was the scientist that was examining the pet walkers of Michonne after she killed them. He seems to be a good character, played by Dallas Roberts, who you might recognize from 3:10 to Yuma. He was in that. I don't know if it was just me, but it seemed like he was pushing his tea on everyone. I don't know. The Governor even says that he keeps him around, for his skills and for his tea. I don't know if there was something in that, or if it was just some sort of weird product placement. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I'm have to try and keep an eye on that, see if the tea comes into play further down in the season, which is a weird sentence to say. What else? Yeah, we didn't see any of Rick's group in this episode, which was different, but I think it was probably needed just to establish Woodbury and the Governor, who was such a big character. Um, no real other new characters were introduced. He didn't really do much in the whole episode. You saw him at the beginning, but there was the guy wearing backward baseball cap with the baseball bat, and that was confirmed that was Cesar Martinez, who, if you've read the comics, you'll know who that is. He should come into play a little later into the season. He's got a pivotal role in the story arc, so that should be exciting to see. So yeah. And last thing I want to talk about with this episode was the Governor at the very end, walking into his room where he's got all the fish tanks and the walker heads in them, like some insane aquarium. I think that was awesome. It was straight out of the comic books, which was great to see. It's nice to see when they stay really faithful to the comics. And yeah, that was good, especially seeing the head of the pilot that he was talking to earlier. Just shows that he does not want to relinquish control to anyone that could. So yeah, that was really good to see. Now I'm just going to talk about next week's episode for a bit, called The Killer Within. There's been a lot of talk about this one, a lot of rumours out there on the internet about what's going to happen. It has been confirmed that someone is going to die. There's also the rumour going around that 2 people are going to die. I don't know how much credence we can give that. I don't know. I'd say, yeah, it's probably possible 2 people are going to die, but a lot of people are saying that it'll be 2 people within prison. That might be the case, it might not be the case. It could be 1 from the prison, 1 from Woodbury. Who knows? We're just going to have to wait and see. The main thing going around is who is going to die. I have a list of 4 people, or 5 actually, because, okay, yeah, rumour alert, spoiler alert. The rumour going around is that Laurie and T-Dog are going to die in the next episode. I don't know how much credence we can give that spoiler / rumour, mainly because a lot of things come out and like they don't turn out to be true. For example, Clark Gregg, you might know from as Agent Phil Coulson from the Avengers, Iron Man movies. He stated that his character survives the Avengers, and that didn't happen. So there's a lot of misdirection going on out there, so you never know. But yeah, the rumour is T-Dog and Laurie die. T-Dog, I could believe that. He's still only in the guest cast, and I'd say he could die if he did. I think it would be a pretty big blow to the group because he's been there since season 1, beginning of season 1. So I reckon that would be a big death in the group. I'm not entirely convinced that Laurie is going to die within this episode. It just seems a bit early for it to happen, like 4 episodes of season 3. It seems more of a mid-season finale kind of thing, or maybe even the season finale to kill her then. I don't know, but that's the rumour. My list on people who I think are more probable to die is Carol, Beth, T-Dog, Oscar, the second prisoner that isn't Axel, who you'll recognise from the comics, and yeah, so they're my list of 4 that could potentially be the ones to die. Carol, because if you've read the comics, you'll know that she does die during the prison arc. Beth, who isn't in the comics, but she doesn't really do much, which, I don't know. It just seems like she could be one to go. T-Dog, for the aforementioned reason, and Oscar because just because I said so. To be honest, I don't really know. The other thing I want to talk about was who was watching Carol at the end of the second episode. We've established that it wasn't Merle or someone from Woodbury because they would have found out. So the other 2 things that I wanted to say was, yeah, who was watching. The main rumour going around on the internet is that it was Andrew, the prisoner that Rick locked outside into the courtyard full of walkers, that he somehow got away and is now coming back to wreak havoc. That seems to be the most logical explanation at the moment, because I honestly have no idea who it is, you know, and they're going to be the ones that's causing all the havoc next week. Like the alarms go off, someone lets walkers into the prison. Andrew seems to be the most probable candidate at the moment, if he even survives the courtyard full of walkers. But the only other one that I can think of, if we've already met this person, would be Oscar, the second prisoner. We know nothing about him, to be honest. I don't think it would be him, because in the first episode that he appeared in, or second episode actually, he said he had a wife and kids and that, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem like he'd just go crazy trying to kill all these people. He didn't seem too psychopathic, and I can definitely rule out Axel, purely because, well, I'm only going off the comics, unless they want to change the direction they go in with him. That's the only thing. The only other option is a completely new third party that we haven't met yet, just another person or group of people that are trying to take the prison, but my prediction is that it's going to be Andrew. I'm not 100% on that, but I literally don't have another option to talk about for that one. So yeah, that's about it for me. So The Killer Within, Walk With Me, episode 3, I think that was probably one of the best episodes of the whole Walking Dead series. Definitely a strong 9 out of 10. And I'm so excited for next week, The Killer Within. I think it'll be great. Tune in next week and I'll give a review on The Killer Within, and also do talking about the next episode after that, which is called Say the Word. So yeah, that's it from me, so I'll see you guys later.